Adam and Eve, the beginning of humanity. Long ago, before cities existed and before people built roads, machines, or kingdoms, the world was quiet and untouched. According to the ancient story found in the Bible, the first humans created by God were named Adam and Eve. Their story has been told for thousands of years across many cultures and languages. Some people view it as history, others see it as symbolism, and many believe it teaches lessons about human nature, choices, and responsibility. At the beginning of creation, the earth was described as beautiful and pure. Rivers flowed through green lands, animals lived peacefully, and everything existed in harmony. In the middle of this perfect world was a place called the Garden of Eden. The garden was filled with every type of tree and plant imaginable. Fruits grew in abundance, flowers covered the fields, and the air was calm and pleasant. God created Adam from the dust of the ground and breathed life into him. Adam became the first living man. He was given responsibility over the garden. His task was simple but important: care for the land and live peacefully among creation. Adam spent his days walking through the garden, observing animals, naming creatures, and learning about the world around him. Even though the garden was full of beauty, Adam eventually felt lonely. Every animal had a companion, yet Adam had no one truly like himself. According to the story, God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep and created Eve from one of Adam's ribs. When Adam awoke and saw Eve, he felt joy and companionship for the first time. Together, they lived peacefully in Eden without fear, pain, or suffering. The Garden of Eden contained many trees, but one tree was different from all the others. It was called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God told Adam and Eve they could eat from any tree in the garden except that one. They were warned that eating its fruit would bring serious consequences. For a long time, Adam and Eve obeyed this command. Life in Eden was calm and simple. They did not worry about hunger, aging, or death. Every need was provided for them. However, the story changes when a serpent enters the garden. The serpent was clever and persuasive. It approached Eve and questioned the command God had given. The serpent told Eve that eating the fruit would not kill her. Instead, it claimed the fruit would open her eyes and make her wise like God. Eve looked at the fruit and became curious. The fruit appeared beautiful and desirable. After thinking carefully, she picked it and ate it. Then she gave some to Adam, who also ate. Immediately, everything changed. Adam and Eve suddenly became aware of themselves in a new way. Feelings they had never experienced before entered their minds: shame, fear, and guilt. They realized they were naked and quickly tried to cover themselves with leaves. When they heard God walking through the garden, they hid among the trees. God called out to Adam and asked why he was hiding. Adam admitted he was afraid because he was naked. God then asked whether they had eaten from the forbidden tree. Instead of accepting responsibility directly, Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent. This moment is often discussed as one of the first examples of human beings avoiding responsibility for their actions. Because of their disobedience, Adam and Eve could no longer remain in Eden. They were sent out into the world beyond the garden. Life outside was very different. Instead of effortless comfort, they now had to work hard for survival. Adam would labor to grow food from the ground, and Eve would experience pain and hardship. The world became a place filled with both beauty and difficulty. Despite these challenges, Adam and Eve continued living together and began building the first human family. They had children, taught them survival, and experienced both happiness and tragedy. Their story became the foundation for many later teachings about humanity, morality, temptation, and free will. One reason the story of Adam and Eve remains important today is because it reflects common human experiences. People often struggle between obedience and temptation, wisdom and curiosity, honesty and blame. The story also raises questions that humans continue asking even in modern times. Why do people make harmful choices? Why does suffering exist? What does it mean to be responsible for one's actions? Over centuries, artists, writers, scholars, and religious teachers have interpreted Adam and Eve in different ways. Paintings, books, films, and discussions continue exploring the meaning behind the ancient narrative. Some focus on the idea of innocence lost, while others emphasize the beginning of human knowledge and awareness. Although the story takes place in a distant and mysterious past, its themes remain familiar. Curiosity still influences human decisions. Temptation continues to challenge people every day. At the same time, the story reminds many readers that humans can learn, grow, and continue forward even after making mistakes. The story of Adam and Eve is not only about the first man and woman. For many people, it is a reflection of humanity itself, a story about choices, consequences, relationships, and the long journey of human life that continues to this day.